What's up, guys? It's the Amplified Man. We're doing some traveling today, so we're not in our normal setting. I apologize, but I did want to get this Amplified Q&A out to you guys because I wanted to do this last week, wasn't able to. So here we go. SmackDown Review Reaction is already up on the channel. Check that out. Let's get right into the questions today. First one's from Adrienne. I love this question. Do you think that people overrate AJ Lee's wrestling ability? Yes, she's great on the mic and selling, but I just never saw the ability that everyone was talking about. I'm not saying she's bad at all, but I mean, come on. So really, guys, the answer to this question is in the eye of the beholder, right? Some people are going to feel she was absolutely overrated. Others are going to feel she's absolutely not overrated. This question is directed toward me, so I'm going to give you my personal opinion on the matter, and that is that AJ Lee is not overrated. And I say this not just for what she has accomplished inside of the wrestling ring, but what she's meant to the business. The connection she has been able to make toward a huge fan base is nothing short of remarkable. But before I get to what she's meant to the business, let's just look at what she has accomplished inside the wrestling ring as a performer. She was the FCW Divas Champion. That was WWE's developmental territory before NXT. She was their Divas Champion. She was also known for a period of time as the Queen of FCW. She was the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Woman of the Year in 2012, 2013, and 2014. She was the WWE Diva of the Year 2012 and 2014. She was the WWE Divas Champion 3 times over, guys. That is just some of her accomplishments inside of the wrestling ring. Outside, she was nothing short of remarkable. She literally started a women's revolution by going against the culture. She was counterculture. She went against the grain. She went against the suits and ties, the establishment, both on camera and in real life. At a time where WWE was in a Total Divas mindset, she actually turned down a role on Total Divas. She actually made it publicly known that she didn't even want to be known as a Divas Champion, but rather a Women's Champion. That is how you start a revolution. You literally go against the grain, go against the establishment, go counterculture. That's literally the definition of revolution. That's why I've always stated, and I always will state, that AJ Lee was the actual founder of the revolution and the starter of that revolution, and the reason WWE is in an evolution today. AJ Lee is far from overrated, in my opinion. Alright, guys, so the next question is in reference to the promo that was cut on The Undertaker this past Monday. And this question is from Troy over on Twitter. Where do you rank this John Cena promo, BC, in John Cena's career? Because John Cena has had a long 15-year career already with WWE, it would be really hard to rate all of his promos, but I will say that this promo that he cut on The Undertaker this past Monday is absolutely one of his best in recent memory. The only one up to par with this past Monday's would be last year's promo that he cut on Roman Reigns. That was when Roman Reigns kind of got caught up on what he was supposed to say, and John Cena made Roman Reigns pay for it. This promo was so epic with The Undertaker Monday because it was to The Undertaker. It wasn't just some normal superstar. It wasn't Randy Orton even, or AJ Styles. This was The Undertaker, the locker room leader for decades, the one everybody looks up to the most. And here John Cena is calling him a conceited egomaniac, telling The Undertaker to stop hiding behind his wife's Instagram pictures and videos. I mean, that was absolutely epic because who this promo was being cut on and the ramifications of this promo and what it means going forward. It's absolutely epic. Next question is from Ashley over on Twitter. What are your thoughts on Charlotte wanting to face Asuka at Mania? What type of match would you personally want to see? TLC, Extreme Rules, Iron Man match, etc. I like the Charlotte-Asuka match, obviously. I think we all do. This is a dream match. There's a couple of dream matches for the women we'd like to see. This is one of them, and we get to see it on the grandest stage of them all. So super pumped that this actually came to fruition. As far as what type of match I'd love to see him in, obviously an Iron Women match, dude. Let them go in there, half an hour, 45, do we dare, 60 minutes, and let them just beat the shit out of each other, man. Two contrasting styles. Oh, man, that would be badass. The next question is from Jasmine in reference to the main event at Fastlane, which I called the Fatal 45 way. Wait a minute. Where the fuck is Cheesehead Charlie? Well, I too was looking forward to seeing Cheesehead Charlie in that Fatal 45-way match. Fatal 45-way match, as Cheesehead would say. Unfortunately, the last I heard, Cheesehead is still stuck in a bathroom. Hopefully one day he can find his way out. Next up is Frank over on YouTube. Hey BC, it's no secret Vince doesn't like the fans picking the superstars. So why do you think he has given AJ Styles such a big rocket? Why do you think AJ got the big push and people like Finn Balor, Sammy, Gallows, and Anderson never really got a big push? For the first time, I actually don't have an answer for a question, and that's this question, because I've been asking myself the same question since AJ Styles arrived on the scene at the Royal Rumble, and if you think about it, it starts even before AJ Styles' massive push to the main event status. It starts when AJ Styles totally bypassed NXT, when superstars like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Finn Balor were down in NXT, and AJ Styles got the bypass, and everybody said, well, that's because he's so much better, and he already knows the ins and outs of TV from TNA. But guys, even guys like Samoa Joe were stuck down in NXT, and he came from where AJ Styles came from. So, I have no idea, but I'm glad that Vince McMahon did see the potential in AJ Styles, and that he is where he is. It's nothing short of phenomenal. Next up is Mitch over on Twitter. Hey BC, I am watching your SmackDown review and reaction video right now. As of Amplified Q&A, what do you think of the WrestleMania 34 card so far? I will say this about the card. I'm a lot more excited and intrigued for WrestleMania than I was even a week ago. It's starting to feel like WrestleMania season finally. And as far as the card goes, I'm liking it. There's two dream matches, obviously. Charlotte versus Asuka, AJ versus Shinsuke. Two awesome attraction matches. John Cena versus The Undertaker. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. Who knows what Shane McMahon's role will actually be in WrestleMania? Special guest referee between Zayn and Owens? Or is Zayn and Owens going to tag up against Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan? Will Daniel Bryan appear on SmackDown and side with Shane McMahon? So awesome side attractions as well. Roman and Brock, whether you like it or not, at least they're going to beat the shit out of each other. You have Alexa and Nia. Just a lot of fun. Looks like a Dynamite card shaping up, finally. Next up is Elijah over on Twitter. What are your thoughts on pay-per-views being co-branded after Mania? Do you think it'll help the product? I know this is a touchy subject for a lot of people because a lot of people don't like the co-branded pay-per-view concept or idea. I actually don't mind it. If it serves its purpose in providing a better product for everyone involved, the company and the fans, more importantly, then I'm for it. If this is going to create a better product, we have to see. That's the thing, guys. We have to let this roll out for 3, 4, 5, even 6 months before we can actually make a good judgment call and say, hey, this was a failure or this actually was a kick-ass idea. We have to wait and see. I'm for it for now, though. Gino over on Twitter. Do you think Styles and Nakamura will close the show over Reigns and Lesnar? I think the sad truth in this is that we all know, regardless of what Roman Reigns said this past Monday, we all know that Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are both Vince McMahon's boys. We all know that. And for that reason, that's most likely going to end the show. We would all love to see Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles end the show. A real tried and true actual professional wrestling match for the ages. But it looks like Vince is going to go with what's in his mind, the two powerhouses, his boys. The only way I'd be totally okay with that, guys, is if Roman Reigns did a full-fledged heel turn, and I'm talking to the likes of where, like, Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar. Because we all know Brock is leaving at least for a long time after Mania. So I think Paul Heyman hooking up with Roman Reigns for a while with that championship, I think would be the biggest shock of WrestleMania, man. And that would be one way that the crowd would at least be okay with this match going last. Alright guys, it's time for me to hit the road. A lot of traveling to do over the next couple of days. So that's going to do it for this week's AMP Q&A. But I am very glad that I was able to get this AMP Q&A out to you guys. In some way or form anyway. Much love and respect to you guys. I'll see you all next week. Take care. We'll check you.